Welcome back to Mastering Mayhem. We are going to assemble the Soul F63 Treadmill. So let's go ahead and do this. We've already done step one, basically. Don't tilt the unit sideways after removing the belt. May cause the unit to fold and bounce upwards, so that can cause serious injury. And then as you can see here, this Velcro strap here, just leave that on until later on. Don't take it off. So step two here is all about putting the two speed nut clips on the left and right sides of the frame base, right? These guys right here. This is where you put the speed clip on both the left and right side of the base. Okay, so you put these speed clips right there. You can see it, you just clip them on. Then we start putting the plastic covers over the uprights on the left and right side, and make sure you put them in this order, and you'll see that they should be numbered. All right, y'all, so in order to put the right upright in place, you have to connect the console electrical wires here before you can slide the upright or the mast in place, okay? So you need to put the upper cover, or the smaller one, with the portion that goes in towards the belt. That goes first on the right arm. So just slide the cable through, slide that up, and then the bottom one comes next. Slide that through as well. Make sure you get that cable in there. There we go. Just make sure it clicks. Now you can put the entire arm in its place. And make sure you put the cable up in the mast so you don't pinch it when it goes down. There we go. And once it gets down where it needs to be, just kind of let the plastic covers stay where they are. And we're gonna go work on the left-hand mast. Here on the right mast, you wanna have it in this order. You got the bigger one at the bottom. The smaller plastic cap is gonna come up when we attach it to the console. And then you want the upper part of the cable here. I zip tied it just so it doesn't fall down into the mast. But that's the way you want these two, because these are gonna be connected to the other end of the, right there, the console, all right? So you need these two for that. So let's get the left mast in place with the plastic covers, and we'll go on to step three. We completed step two. We're gonna go on to step three. This is where we're gonna attach the upright tubes onto the frame, right? 4 and 5, left and right here, with 8 button head socket bolts. It's these 8 right here. None of the bolts are the same length, right? So you'll know exactly which ones they're talking about. Use that. They provide the Allen wrench right there in the hardware kit. And it says right now, this is important, do not tighten the bolts completely until step 7 is finished. You want to be able to move and wiggle the upright posts around a little bit when we get that console up top, right? So you need it to stay loose. So just hand tighten it, or just get it down to where there's 1 or 2 threads left, and we'll go from there. Step 3 is complete. We have all 8 button head screws in place. One of the tips or tricks that I will share with you is, instead of trying to force the bolt to tighten on the threading, it should tighten fairly easily, fairly smoothly. So the trick is to move the mast up and down, or lift it up and down and forward and backward a little bit to get the holes to line up so you can get that threading or the screw in, or the bolt. You shouldn't have to force it in. For step 4, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the console over, and we gotta connect 3 connections here. One on the left side. This basically is for the up and down of the speed buttons here. And then here on the right, you got fast and slow, right? It's gonna be this black cable connection here. And then this is the main power connection for the console. So we gotta get these 3 connected first. So we put the console in its place. I go behind or in front of the entire treadmill. And that's where I use my arms and then basically the top of my head to keep it balanced enough to get these guys connected. And then getting those 4 bolts right there, the button head bolts, the 1 3/4 inch with lock washers on them. Those are the 4 that are gonna hold the console in place. You know, you got the 2 holes right here and they'll match up. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, y'all, so we are on to step 5. We got the 4 button head bolts in place, both sides. Again, just hand tighten, but we will fully tighten because it says for step 5, it says tighten using the M6 Allen wrench, right? So it's gonna be this guy right here. So we are gonna begin to tighten down some bolts. But again, as you can see here, the cables right here, you put them on the inside, and what we're gonna do when we bring this cover up, all right, we're gonna put the cable in this little pocket. There's a little pocket opening, you just kind of push it in there. And again, you don't wanna pinch anything. Actually, we'll just do it right now. So just like that. So it does have a cavity in there that you can put the cables in, make sure nothing gets pinched. Just like that, and you're good to go, okay? So let's tighten down these 4 button head bolts here using the Allen wrench they provided. And then we will go on to step 6. So one trick here with the plastic cover that goes underneath the support arm up here, right? There's the support arm. This plastic cover, you got to put a screw up into this tube. One thing I learned, or that I do now, is I'll just take some painter's tape and just tape it around the head of the screw onto the Allen wrench that they provide. That way, when you're pushing it up into the tube here, it's really hard to do without tape. I came up with this idea when I attempted to do it about 10 times and it kept falling. And so you just put a little bit of tape, and don't tape it on too hard, because that way when you screw it in, you catch a few threads, you can pull the Allen wrench away and it'll take the tape down with you, and the screw will remain there in that plastic tube threaded up into the arm. So let me know in the comments if that helped you out a lot. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, you can see the screws in there. Okay, and now you can just tighten it from that point on. Highly recommend getting a flashlight to help you tighten this one down on both sides. I have a flashlight that just goes on my baseball cap. I'll include this link in the description of the video. So it's just a nice little small flashlight that can help in situations like this. Let's continue to tighten these down. This front one's a little easier than that back one. Basically, we'll get the 2 back ones, get the 2 front ones, get these upper covers on. Then we're gonna get the lower covers on after we tighten them, all the button head bolts here to the frame, and we'll just keep moving forward. All right, y'all, well, we got step 6 completely in line and attached, right? 64 and 65 under the handlebar covers. I hope that little tip helped you with getting these screws in place here. But yeah, these guys are on nice and secure, same on the right side there. So step 7 now is getting this center support bar in place, all right? And we're gonna use 4 of the 159 bolts. And then we'll get the cup holder and device holder in place there. All right, so we got the middle support bar in place, right, with the cup holder. What we want to do now is tighten these bolts where the upright arm or the support arm is fastened securely to the base of the treadmill. All right, so that's what we're gonna do here. And then for step 8, we're gonna do the 2 screws, one front, one in back, to get the cover in their proper place. And remember, you need these fastening clips here properly attached to that little metal bracket. You have this clip facing this way on the bracket. Basically, you have this lip going in towards the tube, right? Otherwise, these self-tapping screws will not attach or thread onto that clip. Now we are going to do the 2 screws here for the bottom covers of both the left and right side of the base. Right here, like it shows, one in the front and one in the back. They are different screws, by the way. The front one is the self-tapping screw, and then the back one is a finer threaded screw. So make sure you do that in the proper order there when you screw this bottom cover on. Last but not least, step 9 is attaching the tablet / smartphone holder here. It's just the remaining 4 Phillips screws that we'll use to attach that to basically the back of the console here. So let's go ahead and do that in time lapse. All right, so after step 9, you just take this, the power cord that it comes with. It's a 6-footer, and it's right here at the front where you plug it in. Just line it up. It's only one way that it can go in here, and it's with the tapered part down, facing down. Just plug it in right there. Make sure it's securely pushed in all the way. You also have a reset button or a fuse here, and then this is the actual power button. We're definitely going to show you how to oil the belt, so we'll do that lastly. The on position is with the 1 or the eye facing down, and the button will light up, so you see a red light. Everything is on, and you'll hear a beep. You'll know it's on because it'll beep, and your monitor will turn on there. So cut the top of the oil bottle dispenser off here, just about ½ an inch down, and then it comes with the cap anyway, so you can always close it and reuse it. There's a seal. Forgot about that part. The way that you oil this is about 50 to 60% of the belt is where you're going to cover, basically tip the bottle down and do an S motion from about 25% towards the front, 20-25% towards the back, and you just lift the lid. I'll show you here. So you lift this up, you get that bottle in there, and just do an S motion. You can also look in there, and you can see when the oil comes out, and then just do a nice S motion there. Squeeze it out, and just do a nice back and forth. You don't have to get to the middle of the belt because it'll spread out on its own. And then you can check in there, make sure you got it, and you can just look in there and you can see the oil from about here to here. So you get about 60% coverage from the back to the front down a nice line. And S motion, go do the same thing on the other side, and then we're going to start it up and let that oil spread out, and it should sound smooth. You shouldn't hear any noises. Although you may hear a noise at the beginning because this part of the belt where they bring it together, that might take a little while for it to just kind of loosen up and not make a noise anymore. I've had experiences with both, meaning that some of them didn't make noise at the beginning, some did, but all of them went away eventually. So that's just something to expect if you do get that outcome. All right, remember you got to put the safety key in place for it to start, and we're going to test it out. All right, y'all, everything's good. We have it oiled up. There's no noises on this one, which is great. Again, you have your safety key here. This guy, make sure you clip it onto, see, you heard the beep. It won't operate if you don't have this guy in place. Right there, it tells you it's good to go, and you clip this on your pants or shirt or whatever you may have. And then let me just show you all. We're gonna hit start. You have here, you got your fan. You got your fan button right there. This one has 2 settings, high or low. You have all your physical buttons here. You got a 6.5-inch LCD, Bluetooth compatible, right? Charge portable devices with USB port, which I think is on right there on the side, all right? Then you have auxiliary cord connections, right, for your music. And of course you got your cup holders right there. You got additional tray bins here. This is the auxiliary cord that it comes with. But this is, again, Bluetooth compatible, so you can connect it that way. Wireless chest strap included, which the customer has. Integrated tablet holder for easy viewing. That's this guy right here. Adjusts very easily up and down. And then convenient quick keys, right, which is these guys right here and here. Let's go ahead and start it. It gives you a countdown. And it just starts off pretty slow, right? And we're just gonna walk on it. We can do 2 miles an hour here, and right here it tells you 2, right? So I just want to kind of run it, and then I wanted to show you all that when you push up here, this is where you do the incline and decline. Let me show you here. So yes, a very good treadmill, nice and quiet. The Sole F63 Cushion Flex is one of the features there. Lifetime warranty on the frame, 3-year warranty on the deck, 1-year warranty on labor. But the deck has Cushion Flex, Easy Assist Folding, Whisper Deck. Yeah, it is very quiet. 3 horsepower motor, smoothest ride. Whisper Drive, super quiet operation, and it's true. Lifetime warranty, built to last. So let's turn it off. I'll show you guys how to lift it and lock it into place and lower it, okay? And that'll be it. The way to lift this, basically don't grab it by the back of the roller bar. There's a metal bar underneath the roller bar. That's where you want to grab it. And you just lift up and you get hydraulic assistance. So it's got some weight to it, but it's not super heavy. And then you'll hear it lock into place, just like that. And that's where you can release it. That's what it looks like when it's in storage mode or position there. Now to release it, for it to come back down, you have to push it up just a little bit to release from where it's locked into place. And then you have this yellow tab right here that you pull down. But before you let go, let the belt and base fall a little bit to get past that locking point, and then you can release it completely. And as you'll see, it'll go even slower as it gets maybe 30% of the way down. And it's just a really nice, smooth operation. So that's how you lift it and drop it, and you're good to go. Alright, y'all, well that's it. The Soul F63 is complete. I hope this video helped you assemble your own F63, or help you decide whether you want to assemble one or have someone assemble it for you. But this is a great treadmill. It rolls easily. It's a smooth operating treadmill. Just some really nice features. Once again, I always appreciate you all tuning in. And as always, here at Mastering Mayhem, I'm looking for the best tools, tech, DIYs, and deals for you. And check the links in the description of the video for either the treadmill or the tools that I recommend, or this flashlight right here. And go ahead and go to masteringmayhem.com if you like the merch. You can go there to check that out. And of course, we do something called Saturday Night Mayhem. It's a live giveaway every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We hope to see you all there. And until next time, I only hope all the best to you and yours.